everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to show you the latest updates to the Touch View add-on. Since the last video I made a lot of changes and didn't actually make a video showing what I've changed or how to use it, so I'll include some of that in this video as well. The latest update is actually focused on users who can only use one input style, be it a pen or mouse or touch. So we're going to provide some features to improve quality of life there, as well as talk about some of the other things that we've added since version 2's release. With that, let's jump right in and get started. Let's take a look at our preferences here in version 2.4. You'll see at the top I've added input mode, which allows you to switch between full, pen, and touch. When you toggle between them, it gives you a description telling you what the focus input type is. So if you're on a device that only supports touch, go ahead and set it to touch. If your device only supports pen for different drawing tablets, put it on that mode. Otherwise, switch it to full. So in full mode, you're actually going to have control of the camera through touch. And when you use the pen, you're going to go ahead and draw or use whatever tools you have active in the interface. If we switch that to pen only or touch only, you actually have a little blue dot that shows up. And when that's blue, you actually have camera controls. When you switch it to black, now you're actually going to be drawing, or again, using whatever tool that you have activated. So blue is camera, and black is action mode. I'm going to switch that back to full for now, and let's talk about gizmos. So previously we had the gizmos aligned on the bottom here. I've actually added the ability to make it a floating bar or a floating radial menu, which is the one that I prefer. So the floating radial is a menu that you can place anywhere you want to in the viewport. And let's go ahead and put it right there. You can change the size using the menu size slider. So that is as large as it can go. Now, if you have a single input mode selected like pen or touch, you'll notice that the menu size actually impacts that as well. So if we bring it down really small, we slide it back up really large, they're both going to be the same size. Now make sure you don't have them overlapped, because then it's hard to tell which thing you're going to interact with. So I'll keep them separated here like this, and we'll bring the size down a little bit. Okay, and camera mode, draw mode, remember that. Okay, we're going to switch it back to full, and let's talk about input options. So now we have two extra custom input types. We have right-click action and double-click action. So they all have the same four options: transfer mode, toggle touch view, toggle local view, and toggle full screen. I'm aware toggle full screen does have a bug right now. It might cause Blender to crash, so I would recommend switching that to toggle local view. It's not quite the same, but it is still useful. And then for double-click action, I would set that to transfer mode, which is what I prefer. Let's add something to the workspace so we can take a look at what transfer mode does. So I'm going to add a box. I'll just move it over here. Switch to sculpt mode, and we currently have the cube active. Okay, so a cube is pretty hard to sculpt on. Let's add some polys to it. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, so I'm currently drawing on the cube, and what if I want to draw on the sphere? Well, double click, bam. Now I can draw on the sphere. Let's go back to the box. Now we're drawing on the box. Since we're in sculpt mode, we actually have quite a few extra options here on the radial menu. We have the ability to change our scale for voxel remeshing, and you can just apply it there like that. Oh, let's make it super high. Sweet. Now, if you go back to the sphere and let's add a multi-resolution modifier to it, you notice we have a change of the menu. So the box right now has voxel remesh controls, but the sphere has multi-res. And so we can actually increase the resolution here. Oh, it's chugging. It's taking a moment. So yeah, now we have high detail here. And there is a limit to that. So by default, it's set to 4. So we're going to hit our limit here with this change. You can hear the GPU going crazy. Okay, so now we're at 4. If I hit it again, nothing. Let's go down. Now we're at 0. When you get to 0 and you hit down, you can actually unsubdivide. So here we got unsubdivide. So we're adding more levels. You see render is still at 5. Now it's at 6. And we're getting fewer and fewer polys. So you can extend it beyond the limit of 4. And they're all still available. But I did not allow you to go past a certain point. And you can change that if you want to. It's actually in the menu. Down here at the bottom, tool settings, subdivision limit. You can set that up to 7. Anything more than that, and I think it's kind of overkill. But I thought a fair, reasonable limit might be 4. I think that works well enough. Okay, cool. If you want to change what's visible on the radial menu, you can actually toggle anything off and on here. So if you want to turn off the pivot mode, or maybe you want to get rid of snap view and quad view, maybe rotation lock. So you can bring that menu down to a pretty small set of buttons. Just the stuff that you really need. Everything else, you can get rid of it if you'd like to. And if you really don't want access to everything, but you don't want to go through hide and unhide, you can actually just tap on the controller. You tap it, and it'll hide and show. And that's it for this update. If you have any questions, suggestions, or you run into any problems, leave a comment down below. If you haven't already got the add-on, you can pick it up on Blender Market. It's also available for free on Gumroad or through GitHub. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates, and I will see you in the next one.